He's a three-step drop. He's got some time in the pocket. He's got a man down, wide open on the sideline. He slings it deep. He makes a diving catch in the end zone. Touchdown. The crowd goes wild. Hey, nerd. Aren't you in my physics class, man?
Firstly, I'd prefer you address me as Jonathan Anderson Engelbach. And yes, we are in a class titled so.
Right. Anyway, so that big test on those Archie things is coming up, man. That stuff is whack.
By whack, do you mean fantastic? I love calculating the paths of projectiles.
Nah, man. I mean totally lame.
There's really nothing to it, actually.
Well, do you think you could explain it to me? I really want to make my mom proud and get a C.
A C? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll shoot for a D.
Word, that'll be a first.
Let's get started right away. Firstly, those archy thingies you were talking about are called parabolas.
Oh, I've heard of peribolas. That's like that disease that spread throughout the country Africa, right?
This guy. No, not even close. Say it with me now. Parabola.
Parabola.
Third time's a charm.
Parabola.
Very well, moving on. Every projectile follows the path of a parabola. A parabola is a completely symmetrical arc. Therefore, it is a complete mirror image of itself. Since air resistance can influence the flight path of a projectile, we neglect it in our calculations.
What's a projectile again?
Wow, you really do need my help. A projectile is anything that is thrown through the air and influenced by gravity. Watch this.
That was my quarterback.
But did you see that projectile?
Let me try!
No. We don't need any more examples of projectile. But if you care to follow me to my lavatory for further analysis.
Okay, I'm not the brightest knife in the tool shed, but I'm pretty sure you mean laboratory.
No. I know what I said, and I mean it. Follow me. After you.
You know what? You go first.
But it's completely safe. Okay. Now, when the French fry leaves my hand, it has two components. The X and the Y. The X is the horizontal motion of the object, while the Y is the vertical motion. It is important for me to specify that they act independently of one another. Gravity only affects the Y component.
But how can you throw one fry in two directions at the same time?
You don't. The direction you throw the fry in is the resultant, which is made up of the X and the Y.
So the way I throw the fry is actually a combination of both the X and the Y parts?
Precisely.
All this knowledge just make me have to go to the bathroom. Since we're here,
Are you done yet?
hold on. Oh, yeah, that was nice. So, going off what you said earlier, if the X and Y components add up to how fast the fry is going, how fast are the X and Y separately?
Well, the X depends on how fast you throw it, and so does the Y. However, as we learned earlier, the Y is influenced by gravity. This causes the Y component to change while the X remains constant. Gravity is continuously pulling down on every object with an acceleration of negative 9.8 meters per second squared. This means every object is being pulled down with a speed of 9.8 meters per second every second. As we know, when we throw an object up, it keeps going until its Y component is cancelled out by gravity, causing it to fall back down.
Wow, I get it now. Although the projectile is thrown in one direction, That direction is a resultant of both the x and y components. Each component is independent from each other, which means that while x remains constant, y changes due to the constant acceleration of gravity. Y decreases until it reaches a point at which gravity completely cancels it out. And at this point, the projectile must be at its highest point because now gravity causes the y component to increase downwardly until it hits the ground.
Great info.
Don't interrupt my intellectual breakthrough.
Sorry.
Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Since gravity causes the path of a projectile to make a parabola, the y component is its equal but opposite value of the y component on the opposite side of the parabola.
Great Scott! I think you've got it!
Thanks, Johnny. You're a tremendous help.
You know what? Anytime. How about you teach me something?
How? Looks like you got academics all figured out.
How about you teach me how to score a home run in a football game?
This guy. It'll be a long shot, but I'll try.
California. Talk physics to me. Talk physics to me. Talk physics to me.